The remarkable tale of Quake 2 coming to PlayStation 1, something many PC players deemed impossible at the time, would prove a surprise in 1999. Hammerhead, comprised of former Traveller's Tales devs, would aim to capture the essence of the first-person shooter as closely as possible. And while inevitable limitations of the PS1 meant it was unlikely to replace any PC owners' copies of this iconic shooter, it earns its spot as one of the stronger FPSs on the console. While the controls take some acclimatizing to, the intense action and immense playability make it a worthwhile addition to any PlayStation owner's library, especially if you have a multi-tap. What strikes the senses immediately is how impressive Quake 2 looks. Hammerhead would use a bevy of tricks to push the PS1, with little room left for compromise, demonstrating detail and technical flourishes. Environments and characters both look impressive, lacking the wobbly textures the system was often known for. Lighting, which mixes an array of colours, adds great atmosphere to the game. Animations, particularly enemy ones, are sublime. Performance is also very steady, often refusing to chop up under performance pressure. Other notable accomplishments include minimal loading times between lengthy segments of each level, faithful gun models, and large-scale boss figures who tower over the player. The only downside is the sound. While it bears excellent gun blasts and much of the music from the PC edition, loading skips music to the next track, meaning you only get a small sampling of each song. Otherwise, Quake 2 is easily one of the most technically impressive games on the system, compromising very little of the Source's essence in transition from PC.
I'm going in!
In the transition to consoles, controlling this one creates a learning curve, with a myriad of control setups never feeling totally spot on. Aiming is quite sensitive, making nailing shots a bit trickier than it should be. The D-pad feels slow and unwieldy. While DualShock support does alleviate this somewhat, the mapping is a bit backward, with the left stick moving you forward and aiming sideways, while the right stick aims upward and strafes left and right. It's a bit easier to forgive when you consider controls for console first-person shooters didn't hit their stride until Medal of Honor some years later, but the controls still feel a bit stiff. Luckily, there are multiple layouts you can swap to, including using only one stick and even mouse support if you can find one of those peripherals. But once you overcome this initial hurdle, few shooters are as satisfying as Quake 2. The weapons are the highlight, with a loadout of powerful and gleeful armaments. The super shotgun can turn Strogg into viscera, the fast-pounding chain gun rips foes to shreds, and sci-fi weaponry such as the Hyperblaster are wicked fun to use. But this doesn't make Quake 2 easy, as a bevy of tough enemy types test your metal and ammo conservation. Hulking brutes can wipe you out in a couple of hits, rocket-wielding muties require dodging, and dog-like creatures who can shoot lasers are as tricky as they sound. While save points are not manual, they're close enough to provide tension through when that lucky door offers reprieve. Even easy mode is pretty tough, with hordes of Strogg still capable of taking you out if you get careless. Anything higher really tests your mettle.
Help! Help! Help!
Quake 2 has the potential to spin in your PlayStation for a good deal of time. The campaign, divided into 5 lengthy chapters and comprising of a handful of adjusted levels from the PC original, should see most spending just under 10 hours to see the credits roll. Completing each difficulty rewards cheats for another highlight of Hammerhead's port, multiplayer. Using a multitap, up to 4 players can frag each other in 12 maps, all created uniquely for the PS1 conversion. While it would lack the network capability of PCs, as well as character customization, it offers some genuine thrills that few games of the time would capture on the console. This adds a good dose of lifespan to the game, and to be fair, the single player isn't exactly brisk either. It proves a game worth hunting down a multi-tap for. Quake 2 is something of a beauty on PlayStation 1, as although it was never going to be a full equivalent of the PC version, the remarkable work done by the former Hammerhead studio is impressive. Visually outstanding, retaining the intensity of combat, and streamlined to fit on console without compromising much, it's one of the better shooters on the console as a result. While quibbles are there, particularly the difficult controls which take some practice to maneuver, PS1 fans would do very well to add this one to their collection.